Hey guys, welcome to another episode of Create Brevity. This is your host, eDirector, and for this week's episode, I want to talk about your why. And I think it's really important sometimes when we're consciously manifesting that we don't forget exactly why we're doing it in the first place. Why are we spending our precious energy, right, directing our precious focus onto something specific, onto this specific thing? And I think this can kind of make manifesting a little bit easier for you in the beginning if you're just starting out, and it can keep it fun for you, and keep it something that's a little bit easier for you to do for those of you guys are finding it difficult. So before we begin, as always, I do offer one-on-one coaching, and I also have a blog on my website, www.createbrevity.com, and we are also now on TikTok, and we have a YouTube page as well, all under the same name of Create Brevity. So, okay, forgetting your why. So this is something that happens a lot. Most of the time, I work with people who want to manifest, let's say, SPs or specific university acceptance letters. I work with a lot of people who want better sales, more promotions, that sort of thing, and they they have a very specific thing and they want it for very specific reasons. And as they sort of start their journey and as they go forward on their journey, sometimes they'll get negative circumstances pop up. Sometimes it'll feel like there's a time lag. And a lot of times, clients can have a really hard time dealing with that. And one of the best ways to kind of keep yourself on the right track and to keep yourself focused is by remembering your why. And, there's a lot of great business books that kind of deal with this topic. And it just goes to show you that conscious manifesting is in everything that we do. It's related to a lot of things. And the way that it's related is by thinking of your manifestations as goals. You'll often hear me refer to them that way as well. But that's really what they are, long term, excuse me, or short-term, short-term goals. So when you start thinking of them as a goal, and because we're in the law of assumption, we're, assuming that we already have our goal and we're kind of working from the end backwards. It's important to remember our why whenever an unlovely circumstance pops up. Okay? So if you're trying to manifest your SP, right? Uh, Tell me why. You don't have to, you can say it in the comments, you can just say it in your head in response to this question. But take a beat, get that deep breath work going, and kind of sit there and meditate and think on why do you want this? Now, usually when I do this work with clients, they have one of two responses. One is they have a litany of reasons that they want to be with their SP, or they want this promotion, or they want this abundance, and they're not really anything that the SP is giving them, or the promotion's giving them, or the money is giving them. It's actually most of the time, many times, it's something that you can find within yourself. So what I mean by that is, if you want your SP back and you've got a feeling, they give you a feeling, right? For me, when I was manifesting my SP, my why was a feeling of safety. It was a feeling of, I felt deeply, my SP being around him made me feel normal. And it made, being around him and being in each other's lives made me feel like I could check off a box in my life that, okay, I'm finally there. I can finally handle it, that sort of thing. I'm finally achieving what I want. And the truth is, I can give that feeling to myself. I can source that feeling on my own because feeling like I'm normal, truth be told, that's something that I need to feel already. I'm not normal because I have an SP or because I'm successful. I'm normal because I choose to feel that way. I'm normal because I accept myself. And I realize that many of the reasons why I wanted my SP back in my life, why I wanted this abundance, was because I did not feel like I was accepting myself. I didn't feel self acceptance. I was using these sort of outside markers as indicators of acceptance from other people. Like, if this person can stand me, okay, if this person thinks I'm good at my job, then that means I'm good, a good person. That means I deserve things. That means I'm a capable person. That means I'm safe. I can relax. I don't have to be stressed out anymore. And when I realized, when I did my conscious manifesting journey and I worked on my SP manifestation, is that I'm already there. I am as normal as I want to be. I'm as accepted as I need to be because I love myself. I genuinely accept who I am. And self-acceptance also comes with the knowledge that not everything can go my way at times. Unlovely circumstances can still happen to me. But because I know what I'm capable of, I know what I can do, I know what I can get out of, I know what I can get myself into, that it's okay. That I can relax at any moment, even when the walls are crumbling down. It is my choice to freak out. Because truth be told, I know I can get myself out of that situation. Were that situation arrive, were that situation show up to kind of antagonize some change, it's okay. I can handle it. I can be happy in any situation, right? It's my choice to think of life as difficult, life as working against me. Because all the different examples I could give you of the way life is working against me, I can come up with a million to counteract the way that life is working for me. It's just that when we perceive ourselves to be victims, when we perceive a lack, when we source all of our happiness as being external, we our perception is warped, right? We can't see all of the good. We can only see the negative. And that is what we're trying to fix with conscious manifesting. So if that's your why, if you really sit on it and you think on it and you're like, you know what? This is it right here. This is my why. Um, I want you to give it to yourself, okay? Remember, we operate from everybody is you pushed out, right? That everything is you projected out. So if that's the case, if you start accepting yourself, really loving yourself, seeing yourself the way that you're supposed to, okay, as someone who's creating their reality, as someone who can have anything that they want, okay, and you start believing that and understanding that and applying it, okay, applying it as if you've already got it, then your reality will start to synchronize itself. It'll start to show you that that is actually who you are, right? Now, if you meditate on your why and you say to me, E, you know what? This isn't really about me, okay? I love my SP. I can't even give you a reason. It's just a feeling, okay? It's just something, it's not something that they're giving me, it's something that we're making together. That's okay too. That's perfect, actually, because that's the feeling, right? Neville Goddard says feeling is the secret. That's the feeling that you want to wrap yourself up in, right? That feeling that you create when you're together, because that is special. Your SP feels it. If your SP had never felt that emotion, they wouldn't have been in a relationship with you. This person was in your life okay, for a reason. They are going to be feeling it as well. It's not like it's just happening to you and they didn't realize, okay? So that feeling is the thing that you want to wrap yourself around in. That feeling that is very unique to the two of you, okay, that you have together. And anytime an unlovely circumstances come up, you're going to want to remember that feeling, your why, okay? It's a specific feeling that you guys have. You can think of it like a little bit of a code that you guys are creating together, right? And that's your why. You don't need anything else. Whenever something pops up, maybe it's your ego, maybe it's old limiting beliefs, they try to come up, they try to kind of bombard you. And they're very sneaky and they're very persistent. They'll just come at you one day. You won't even realize that something's a trigger. It's okay. You can be thankful that at least now you get to release it. And when it comes up, you're going to remind yourself, you know what? No, I don't need to go down this route today. I don't need to make my life harder today. I love myself and I love this feeling that we create together. I know it's done. I know it's created. And I'm just going to sit here and release resistance until it pops up in my 3D. And that is basically, that's focusing. That's self discipline, right? That's taking your free will and pointing it squarely at where you want it to be. And for those of you guys who are not necessarily manifesting reconciliation, but manifesting different types of relationships, this works as well. Now, I know it's hard when the person's in front of your face, maybe disappointing you or acting in a way that you don't like, but the same principle applies. Remember why you're there. Remember what it is that you like, and try to source this so where it can quickly pop into your head. So you just don't let those negative thoughts linger and keep ringing through you. Okay? And it's the same thing with abundance. A lot of people will say to me, oh, I really want to create abundance, and they want shortcuts. Well, the fact that you want a shortcut is showing me that you're not really believing that you have it within you, that you're not creating it, that you don't have the ability to make it. So that's what you're going to want to work on. Why do you want abundance? Is it just to feel safe? Is it to feel secure? Is that feeling of being able to buy whatever you want? For most people, that feeling, and we've talked about this before, it's a feeling of calm, right? It's a feeling of kind of a neutral feeling, just a regular feeling. It's what it is it's the opposite of stress, it's the opposite of anxiety. It's the opposite of that sort of anxious feeling when you really want something and you feel like you can't have it. So try to remember a time when you wanted something and you let yourself have it and you knew that you could have it and you didn't have to be scared of money and you didn't have to be scared of work. A lot of times I think we get sucked into this thing where work equals something negative or work equals like a waste of time, like almost like a scam. Like I'm going to get sucked into doing all this work and it's not going to work out for me. Those are sort of those little hints at a deeper limiting belief. Because the truth is, work for a lot of people who are very successful is very rewarding, not just in a monetary point of view, but on a very spiritual level. They're very passionate about their work, their careers. It's something they feel like they're genuinely helping people, they're giving back. Work does not have to be something negative, it can be something very rewarding. So try to understand why, when the idea of work pops into your head, it hurts, why it kind of makes you feel icky. Because honestly, that's what we want to examine. Conscious manifesting, one of the awesome things about it is it gives you this really great emotional toolbox. It allows you to kind of look at those triggers in a different way as something that's helping you get better rather than something that's hurting you and it needs to be avoided. Because there's nothing that needs to be avoided. There's nothing on this planet that can hurt you. Okay? And I genuinely mean that. And yet, what you have to decide is, yeah, I know there's nothing on this planet that can hurt me but me. That I'm allowing it. So now I want to decide, do I want to go through the hassle of kind of reversing it? Because that is also true. Like, for example, I don't love insects, okay? And I've gotten over a lot of my fear of them from childhood. But do I still really want to be around them and kind of like force myself in those situations where I would be around them? No. And that's something that I've just had to accept about myself, that I understand that at the end of the day, okay, that I'm creating, but I also understand that in that this, yeah, it's something I could deal with if I was there. If I was around a lot of insects, I could deal with it. But if I'm just being really honest with myself, I have a right, okay, I deserve and I am worth being able to decide where I am, where my body is, and I would prefer not to be around them. Okay? But that negotiation that you're doing right there, that is very different to getting triggered by them, to having an involuntary reaction. Okay? Involuntary reactions are sort of non-negotiable in the moment because you're just literally, it's almost that like you're on autopilot. You're just, oh, I see something, it bothers me, I'm going to react. Something makes me feel a certain way, I'm going to react. And that right there, that's what we're trying to get rid of. So conscious manifesting doesn't mean you have to have no fears and you have to embrace everything that you think is negative. Absolutely not. You can use conscious manifesting to create whatever it is that you want in your life. Okay? What we're trying to do though, when we try to get you to a good sort of baseline, try to get those really, really good beliefs about yourself set in stone, is we're trying to give you the opportunity for that negotiation, for that time, okay? When you can really have that moment where you can actually think about some of the things that you're doing before you do them. When it's not just like, I'm so uncomfortable, I need to jump out of my skin, right? That's what we're trying to avoid. So I really hope this helps, guys. Please remember your why when you're trying to manifest. And please understand that whys can be different for everybody. Do not judge yourself if you find a why and you think that it is not what someone might want to hear. Okay? It doesn't matter why you want something. It truly doesn't. Okay? You can have it. You can have it regardless. But if it is something that you can source within yourself, give it to yourself. That's what makes manifesting fun, right? Is our ability to know that we're creating. So give it to yourself. Enjoy it. Okay? And what I mean by that is if you have a feeling of self-acceptance when you're with your SP, I'll just use the XP as an example because I know a lot of you guys are working on that. You'll try to give yourself self-acceptance. Next time around, when you're in a situation where you would have asked your SP, does this look good on me? Ask yourself, give yourself the response, okay? You can do it like you're doing it with your SP, you can do it in your head, but appreciate yourself, okay? And in those moments when you give it to yourself, you're changing yourself, and that change in you is actually bringing you closer to your SP. I know, I know what you guys are thinking. How is that? How does that work? How? Because everybody is you pushed out, remember? You're projecting yourself. So try to make it fun for yourself. If it's something, like I said, that is a very unique feeling that you only have with your SP, I again totally understand that. Wrap yourself up in that. When something bad happens, trigger that emotional feeling in yourself and just go, oh, yeah, that's right. That's why I'm in this relationship. That's why I'm here because of all this, this, and that. Try to stop your mind from going to the negative, okay? Stop your mind from going down a spiral, okay? If you want to go down a spiral, try to go down a positive one, right? That's what we're trying to do. So remember your why, have fun with it, have fun giving it to yourself, and please check back in for more manifesting tips and techniques. And please let me know if you have any more questions. Thanks so much for listening, guys. Have a wonderful day.